Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I have quite an exciting video or video series for you. So my mum and I went to the Kew Gardens Orchid Festival 2022, which was with a theme of Costa Rica. It was amazing. So we went on Saturday the 12th. It's now Monday the 14th as I'm filming this. So I do apologise that I've missed a video this week, but I felt like hopefully this would make up for it. So we went around the lovely orchid festival in the Princess of Wales Conservatory. And I got around about an hour's worth of footage. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. I know that you're thinking, I don't want to sit here for a full hour. No, I understand. So I actually thought that I would separate it out into 4 separate videos, kind of a bit more bite-sized, a bit easier to watch like on your lunch break or if you're taking a break from work or whatever. So I'm aiming for sort of 15-20 minute chunks of video. And then hopefully you'll avoid what my mum and I experienced, which was kind of orchid overwhelm. Just so much beautiful flowers and just so much to take in that you can't. Sorry, I just noticed a plant that needs watering. So much to take in that you can't like perceive anymore. It's a sort of strange paralysis of the visual senses. But yeah, it was absolutely incredible. I think I mentioned it in the first little clip that I did, but basically because it's very, very noisy in there, I will do just a little bit of music, a little bit of voiceover here and there throughout it. But I hope that this separated out format works well for everyone. Very open to feedback, of course, but I hope you really enjoy it. There's some very cool facts about Costa Rica to share with you guys, so I'll probably do that on like my second video or my third video when I've had a bit more time to kind of absorb everything that I learned and prepare it in a way that will be useful and informative to you. So I was so happy and overwhelmed by it. I did get some orchids, whoopsie, but I think I will save that reveal until my 4th video. Just to keep you coming. So yeah, we will hit right through onto the footage because there's so much of it. There just is so much. And please grab a cup of tea if you haven't already, or whatever your poison is, and enjoy the video. Please remember to leave your comments down below as you watch. If you see something you have a question about or anything like that, then yeah, just go for it. Enjoy! Hello everyone, I am here today at Kew Gardens. You can probably see the palm house over my shoulder. So today I'm here with my lovely mum and we're going to do the Orchid Festival in the Princess of Wales house. So I'll be showing you around. I will do a voiceover like I did last time, just because it'll get noisy and lots of people talking and that kind of thing. But yeah, hopefully we'll see some lovely orchids. And it's a lovely sunny day, as you can see.
Okay, so here we have a beautiful Cymbidium. We're currently right in the beginning of the Princess of Wales Conservatory, which is where they have a lot of desert cacti and succulents, but they seem to have chosen this as display point for potted Cymbidium orchids. I think this is the only one I got the name of, and that's the Westtown Springtime, which is some kind of cultivar. A really beautiful set of Cymbidiums here, lovely spring colours. There's something about Cymbidiums that is just beautiful. I love how they have like a spray of big showy flowers. I think my camera was struggling with the focus there. Yeah, so basically where we're at the moment, we've just moved through the first little section, and it is absolutely heaving with people. So you might see in the background there's a lot of people. Throughout the video there's a lot of little information points, so this is all around Costa Rica. They are actually doing a lot for conservation in Costa Rica, and they kind of are really a model of what everyone should be doing in terms of reducing deforestation, that kind of thing. I will come back with some more solid facts for my next video, but if you see those boards throughout the video and you want to read more, just pause. I'm hoping, I've tried to go through and edit a lot of slow pauses on them, so hopefully you'll be able to read them. So we're moving on to the main display area, and this is where they have a time capsule as well. So this installation was by a multi-medium artist, and he's made some beautiful wooden boards with lots of cactus type shapes, and also some stars on the ceiling. It's meant to be stars at night. Actually, we went to visit Kew at night, and those stars have a real impact in the dark, so I will be doing a little video of that at some point too. Throughout the display they've got a lot of forest animals that have been made out of gigantic models. They're quite incredible. So we've seen a sloth, we've seen that lovely leopard, and we've got some bats as well over on the right. It's, I don't know, there's something really endearing and cute about them. So we are still in the cactus section. I cannot tell you how slow this section was, but it was actually really nice just to be able to stop and smell the roses, as it were. So we've got a good pot of Phalaenopsis along with some Anthurium, and we're finally making our way into the main section of the Princess of Wales Conservatory. So all along they've got some lovely pictures, and a lot of foresty type pictures. I did try and limit the amount of faces that were in my footage. It was quite difficult because it was so busy, so fingers crossed I haven't got anything too identifying of anyone. So yes, so this first installation is beautiful. It's a lovely archway. They've got quite a few orchid archways, and they've blended so many different types of plants but made it really beautiful, and actually quite different to the previous year that we went to. This little section here, we are walking towards the main water lily pond, which is where they have usually their main feature of the festival. So this year is the rising sun, and as you can probably see, it took me a little while to actually get to a point where I could view the main exhibit, but it is, wow, something to behold. I mean, so those are all orchids and a few bromeliads in there. It is absolutely incredible, and so much work goes into this every year. The previous year that we went to, which I'll have a video linked for, had an incredible volcano made of orchids as well. It's always something stunning to have a look at. I highly recommend it if you have the opportunity. I think something I really like about this installation is that you can see the reflection of the rising sun in the water, and it just ripples in a really beautiful way. So for this visit today, the bridge was actually closed. Normally you can walk up the bridge, but as part of their, I think, one-way system, they had that closed off. But I suppose that allowed for them to have a lot of really delicate flowers and features on that bridge. So you can probably see some Vanda orchids there. I think most of the orchids that are in the rising sun are Phalaenopsis, but we've got some Vandas on the bridge, which is really beautiful. So we've got two lovely Vanda orchids here. These are absolutely beautiful. I love these speckled varieties. It's just something about them makes them really striking. Has anyone managed to make a Vanda orchid survive in the UK? I'm really intrigued. If you did, how? I love this snake. He's got a lovely face. Yeah, I don't know. Such incredible art installations here. I highly recommend going to see it if you can. So they have some turtles as well, which are suspended from the ceiling, and they're quite stunning. And there's something about the simplicity of this little feature here is really appealing, almost understated by comparison. So we have some information about sea turtles here on the Costa Rica Caribbean coast. And I'm amazed by these sculptures. I just think they're brilliant, so beautiful, and they just look somehow so at home flying through the air. How does that work? So we are now looking at the quetzal, a type of bird that is native to Costa Rica. And what a pretty little bird he is. And they have made some quite beautiful sculptures of birds throughout the Princess of Wales Conservatory. These are actually made from leaves that have been sprayed a metallic colour, and I don't know, it kind of loses something by seeing it on camera, but seeing it up close in person is quite incredible. On to the next little section, the Central Valley. And that is coffee. So here's another beautiful Cymbidium. I think this one is my favourite so far. There's something about those gorgeous red, sort of almost like muted, understated tones. It's not a bright red, it's not showy, look at me, but it somehow still is. It's very beautiful. And a lovely fowl over there. So throughout the exhibition they have a handful of poems written by Costa Rican writers, so I thought I would read this one to you. It is a country where stately palms grow in groves, row upon row, and where mountainsides are planted, with coffee all the way to the dizzying top. It is a realm where the proliferation of fruits and flowers is the natural embodiment of deafening rain and blinding light, by Barbara Rass, Costa Rica-based American poet. And because I can't resist, a little snippet of the ferns. Who can resist a gorgeous fern? Look at that. There's something so structurally beautiful about them. I think this is the one thing that my mum and I both take photos and videos of every time we come to Kew. Now this is a really interesting installation of sculptures. These little monkeys, I think there's about 20 or 25, I can't remember, but it's quite an ambitious amount, and they're just swinging through this little part of the conservatory, and they have so much life in them. It's really quite incredible. Then we have some information about these lovely monkeys who are part of the Costa Rican landscape. A Cymbidium in bud. And here are all the monkeys. This is my other favourite Cymbidium, I think. Very striking. Lochmurray, Brighton. I don't know what these names mean, quite honestly. Maybe it's where they have been hybridised, I'm not really sure. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. More Cymbidiums. I think this, I mean, I feel like this sounds like the only orchid I know. It's just there are so many. This one's very beautiful. It's got sort of a lovely washed out green and then a white middle and some pink splashes. It's a very unusual look, and some lovely Phalaenopsis. And we move now into a lovely archway, another of their archways. This one has carnivorous pitchers in part of their archway, which I just think is incredible. Yeah, so-called monkey jars. I'm struggling to remember the Latin name, but they are quite beautiful, and I'd probably never have thought to include these in a flower arrangement. And here we have some beautiful Phalaenopsis orchids. I'm quite curious about what's going on with their petals there. They seem to have something going on there, so if anyone knows that, please shout in the comments. I'm very curious. And there's my lovely mum trying to take a picture of me. And just a final look at this archway before we cut for the next video.
Okay guys, so that was part 1 of my little mini video series. I hope you really enjoyed it. I can't decide which part of the whole of the festival was my favourite part, but I'd be super interested to know what you enjoyed about it so far, if there's any orchids you're on the lookout for, anything like that. I don't know, I've really got into my orchids lately, you can probably tell from my videos. I'd love to know your thoughts and whether you've been to Kew or whether you haven't been to Kew. I thought this might be really nice for anyone who is watching internationally and hasn't got the opportunity to come to Kew Gardens in the UK. So yeah, so I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please do let me know in the comments and make sure to come back for parts 2, 3 and 4. Hope you have a good week, guys. Thank you for watching as always. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you again next week. Bye.